Okay, gotcha. I'll make a list of people, and then I'll also try to speak to Jason when I can.
Beautiful. Awesome.
How's it going?
All right, take care. Right. Sorry about
How
that.
How you
Greyson.
doing? How's your shit show of a day going?
You know, it could be worse.
Okay, so first off, I don't know if you'd had anything posted to City Hall in the past 24 to 36 hours.
I did. Yep.
Okay, we had confirmation that we had a system failure that has lost us everything from the past 24 to 36 hours on the docket. I imagine it's the same on City Hall. So that's comments inside postings and also postings.
I don't think I posted anything yesterday.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I still need to talk to Princess about it, but I made a statewide DOJ announcement. So, you know, hopefully people see that in the internal communication channels. I'm just trying to talk to everyone. I've talked to the chief of police. I've talked to the sheriff. They're going to make internal announcements for prosecutions or postings on dockets. There's nothing we can do. It's just gone. So, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Hey, it looks better now.
I mean, the visual's not bad, right? I don't mind it. I've had complaints. Some people aren't happy, but I don't mind it. I think it's okay.
Really? I like it. What are they complaining about?
There's this notion that it's been formatted for a vertical screen, not a horizontal screen.
Oh my god. Yeah, fuck them.
People complain about everything. Some people just dislike change.
I don't. This San Andreas has always been about new shit every week. Give me that. But I you're not wrong. I feel like there's been this, like, we have a. It sometimes feels like there's a larger population of folks that want everything to just be the same shit every day. Like,
oh, the status quo is,
yeah, the status quo is like, what? It's hard for me to fathom, to be honest.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. I'd rather have new shit every day, to be real.
I think that's why I get such insane, unreasonable, like, even like going back to like the county shit I started, right? Just a little bit of stirring and people were like, Skip, that's so mean, that's so fucked up, like I'm doing something egregious. It's like, brother, like
I don't mind.
You want to just like wake up and like grind some oxy and then just like rob a bank and you're done? Or like as a cop, just go like to the same fucking shit every day? Like, do you not want, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I weasel my way into a few of the Carmine Peach and Jeb meetings and stuff. I think like some of that on a ground level, it creates a culture, and I think sometimes people like miss that.
Wait, miss what?
The culture side of it, like the tribal side of what it means to be an LSPD officer or a BCSO officer, a deputy. Like, I think when you lose that tribal nature to it, when you lose that culture of it, they're just all cops wearing uniforms and it's dress up instead of, you know, actually having an internal differentiation.
I agree. 100%
okay, so
agree.
I don't know if you've been watching the docket. Have you seen this Remedy Creed shit that's going on?
I do, to a degree, yes. So could you recap it for me, just so I...
Honestly, I'm going to be real with you, Nino. I can't, because I've avoided it, because I knew at some point I'd have to step on one of the cases. I don't know what specifically. What I know was there was some kind of raid went on. A massive case on the People versus Remedy Creed. Then, you know, they filed an appeal for one of the underlying actions, and then they filed a search warrant contest on it. So the appeal had to go first. The appeal went first, it got resolved. Then the PD have appealed that decision. So now that's waiting. While that's waiting, then the search warrant's going on. I stepped in on that case as a presiding justice, and I'm really struggling to assemble a panel of judges for that because everybody's conflicted, because Remedy went around and told everybody about it.
What do you mean?
So, I mean, like, she literally... So, what I know is the case has specific issues anyway, right? So, like, for example, she has Robin Ferreira as an attorney. There are then other personal conflicts with other sitting members of the judges. But I know she specifically went to Ava Devereaux and just told Ava everything. So Ava can't step in on that case. We've just got conflict of interest issues everywhere on this thing. So like getting a panel of 3 together for the search warrant contest is a nightmare. Like I've been trying for a week and I can't get it to happen. There's me and Arcadia so far, and getting a third is a real struggle. This is purely because of the search warrant, the search and seizure legislation, which states this contest shall be overseen by a panel of at least 1 justice and 2 other judges. I'm going to be real. I'm going to put in an amendment for that tonight. I'm just giving you notice in person about this, right? So you're not like, why are they changing this law when we're about to do a full rewrite? We need to change this so that we don't get stun locked and like fail to do it. Like even if the search and seizure change takes 2 weeks, if any more goes on there, it's just creating this deadlock that nothing's getting done. So we're just going to change that from this contest shall be overseen by a panel of 1 justice and 2 judges to this contest shall be overseen by a justice, or if not available, an appointed judge.
This is so complex. I kind of am lost now. So you're suggesting we make it wait, sorry, could you I think you were presenting a solution?
Yeah, so the solution is, right, instead of it saying this contest shall be overseen by a panel of at least 1 justice and 2 other judges, to this contest shall be overseen by a justice or, if available, an appointed judge selected by the justices. The panel thing is a great idea to make these things feel like a major significant event.
It's not.
The issue is we just don't.
Why does it need to? Does it need to be a panel that? So how would it normally work? You do the panel hearing here.
Yeah. So flat out, the way this works right now is we assemble
for an overturning a warrant.
For overturning a warrant, it legislatively, for some reason, and I don't know why, requires a panel of 3. One of them has to be a justice.
I think it makes sense because overturning is a big deal, right?
Yeah. If you can assemble a panel, but like it's literally been sat there weeks and we haven't been able to get a panel.
I think let me and forgive me here because I want to look at the whole picture instead of potentially just this is happening. Sorry, Turner. Hey, what's going on, Turner?
Hi there, Nino. You got a quick moment?
Can you come up to the 3rd floor of the courthouse? I'm with Greyson, just talking about something, and then I can chat with you right afterwards.
Sounds good. Be there
right, easy. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
I want to make sure I'm weighing in on this like holistically, like, you know, full picture thing. And because my first question that I want to like kind of suss out here for myself is like, is there a root cause? Do we need to fix this, or is there a bigger problem that's actually causing this? And my immediate thought is it's because overturning a warrant is cooked.
It is, and I think that,
and that's like the main issue, right?
It is 100%. I think once we do the full rewrite, we get to the point where all the protections, you know, whether it's good faith, whether it's inevitable discovery, those things will like literally remove most warrant contests anyway, right? Because at that point, you're not contesting on articulation unless you can prove that, you know, a judge has a personal bias against you, or that the submitting officer is, you know, fabricating evidence or something, right? Like,
yeah, there needs to be some new information that shows that there was a gross overstepping.
I think we're all on the same page there. I think we're going to get there and provide protections in that when we get there. But right now,
I think we also need to understand, like,
thing.
Yeah, man. Fuck. So you're saying the change would be that a justice can just overturn?
No, it would just be that, like, whoever's going to preside would be it wouldn't have to be a panel. It would either be a justice or, you know, a judge. Like, I think the reality is, if it's big shit and there's big shit going on, we'll try to assemble a panel the way we would for any other big case, right? But we're not legislatively locked into that in case we just can't do it, right? Because there are time zones where getting a justice to judges is going to be impossible. And that's going to make those warrant interns like real bad.
There's a danger here, though, too, Greyson, which is that we're looking at this and saying like, hey, we need this today, but then it turns out that someone abuses this in the future, right?
I understand that.
I don't want to weigh in too heavily. I do want to cook on this after this as well, like just kind of
Okay,
mull through it. But just to summarize, my understanding is that there seems to be a need to move away from needing a panel in the event a panel cannot be assembled. Maybe that's what the language is, actually.
Yeah, like maybe it's if a panel cannot be assembled within 7 days, then
yes.
Well,
yes.
I'm okay with that too, right?
I like that.
I need
I
a
like that
solution
more.
so it doesn't. We're both on the same wavelength, Nino. I think generally that we want court cases to happen quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're just dying on the docket, and can
I recommend something?
Mm-hmm.
So in the mayor's office, I don't know how y'all do you got your internal emails, right?
Yeah.
I think that okay, so when we do discretionary spending, I put out a thing and like, hey, we need to do da 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 da. It's recorded, and then I say checkbox or X, right? Agree or disagree, and it needs a certain amount. Is that this thing that we're talking about should be something like that, where it's like, are you able to oversee this panel? And if you cannot get an adequate amount, right, after of yeses, right, to come to it, then it clicks over. So there is the check, right? There is the like a confirmation baked into it. Am I making sense?
Yeah, no, I get that, and I like that. I think if we take note of that, like we specifically,
I would even say you
grab those
gets
communications and
out.
save them so that it can be
exactly.
No, I'm all about transparency.
Yes,
like, I've got no issue with all of that.
I love that. So then you'll see like all these justices. Yes, I would say it should be yes, no unavailable, no conflicted. So something like this. And so after that 7 days, it's like boop, it got put out. Okay, we're putting this justice in. You know what I mean? And we're taking the secondary approach. I like that a lot. So what that's doing is it allows the court case to move forward. There's transparency as to why it happened. And there is kind of like a check in place so that a future justice, right? Like, I don't know, like let's think worst case scenario, like Judge Dredd becomes a justice and just starts abusing the fuck out of shit.
I'm with you. I understand you. No, we're at the point where this specific case is in not just scheduling hell, but like it's a Gordian knot, right? It's like impossible to untie. So we're just trying to figure this shit out. And it's like, this one is, every now and again, you just get this perfect case to show you the flaws in the system.
Yeah.
This one's pointing out a lot of flaws in the system, Yeah,
absolutely.
And ultimately, I want Miss Creed to get her day in court.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe we'll like reconvene in a day and see if you have any more elegant solutions. But either way, I want this fixed.
Yeah, I like what I put forward right there quite a bit. I think that's extremely healthy. This is
Cool. I'll talk to the other justices about. We'll raise that and have a conversation about that one.
All right, easy.
But that's about it, right? So it's just docket on fire and then docket on fire in a second way.
Yep. Oh my god, that case is just so fucked. I can't wait to fix some of it. It's just too.
It's so open to, I don't want to say misuse, but it's open to just wild interpretation, and it's going to depend on whoever the fuck you get presiding over those cases. Like, if somebody says to me, what can you appeal a search warrant for right now? The answer is basically anything, right? Like, and you just got to convince a panel of judges.
It should not be a probability check.
No, I don't think so.
A probable cause check. Like, the panel makes sense. It's open to too much. Like, that should be a motion as a part of a case, I feel.
I don't think I've ever seen a search warrant in San Andreas. Even the ones that I'm like dead certain are going to bear fruit. that would bear up to a 4-hour court case where people are just shitting all over it. Like that, nothing's going to hold up to that. Not if it's an articulation check. That's never worked.
The problem is that a warrant, right? If it's a subpoena, it's like, I don't even think you need full probable cause, in my opinion, for a subpoena.
I mean, the way I articulate when I like it's about levels of privacy breaching, right? So like a subpoena for your phone records is less than a subpoena for your bank balance, and a subpoena, then we go further. Then those breaches become bigger depending on how large the scope is of each of these things. And then it gets worse when we go to a search warrant. We're kicking in your doors and going through your underwear drawer. Like there are probable cause is probable cause, right? But there are levels to this fucking shit.
I wouldn't mind the phones and banks to be pretty low. Like
that's the way I tried to teach it.
I'd even say it could be preponderance of evidence. I'm going to be honest. With subpoenas and financial records,
we could re-articulate in a different way to make it obvious to people. It's a lower threshold.
Yeah, and maybe the amount you get might change it, right? Like maybe you need full blown PC for like 30 days
or 2
type
months,
shit.
Yeah,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but like
that.
3 days preponderance is enough because like for both financial and whatever. Because like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. If you're some dumb fuck just saying like I'm about to like bomb the fucking courthouse in a text message, like you deserve to go to jail. Like that's
yeah, I mean, like,
you know what I mean? Yo, giving $100,000 for a hit on justice, whatever it might be. Yeah.
No, all this shit needs looking at. But I think once we get into a big round table and everybody who's used to fixing shit as they're trying to fix this, I think we'll come to a better groundwork than where we are right now.
I agree. Okay. Cool.
I just need a logistical fix for this issue right now before we get there.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is I think what we just put forward is probably the easiest and best way to do it for the time being.
Okay. Cool.
Easy.
I will let you get to your meetings.
Yep. Is it a full-blown court case today, or is it just a hearing? Like, both sides present, and that's it?
Which one's today?
No. I mean, like, if there was a warrant, like the panel thing you're talking about, like, is it, is it a hearing?
It's not
or
a court
is it?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a hearing. They've generally done them publicly. It ends up being a lot less informal than a court case, and it's just like present your case, and then
Out of there.
held or not held.
Understood. All right. All right.
I'm okay. Okay, I'll let you guys get to it.
Yeah, appreciate it. You take care.
All right.
Then we're discussing warrants overturning and side effect of 9 months of lack of progress, and now we're trying to solve. I'll give you a little clue in. I'm of the general opinion that like phone subpoenas and bank subpoenas like should not need full